Hi everybody, my name is Andrew Willis Garces. I'm Senior Strategist with Siembra NC, and we're here to respond to ICE agents that were at the Durham County Courthouse today. Speaking first will be Nida Alam, Chair of the Durham County Commission.
Hi everyone, I'm Nida Alam, Nida Allam. We're here today, as Andrew mentioned, because there were 4 ICE agents who came today to our courthouse in plain clothes, without warning or transparency, trying to detain someone who had a scheduled court appearance. And this is a direct threat to the safety and dignity of our communities. Courthouses should be a place where people can seek justice, not where they're hunted down by federal agents. And this is not an isolated incident. Just last week, plainclothes ICE agents targeted Muhammad Abu Bakr Nasser, a Greensboro father of 5. They attempted to break into his home while he was at work, threatening his wife and son. And he had done everything right. He had arrived in the U.S. with his family on a valid visa. He applied for asylum. He's been working here with a valid work permit, and still ICE showed up again 2 days later and detained him on his way to work. And he is now sitting in a detention center in Georgia. His family is terrified and his community is angry, because this is what happens when enforcement is driven by fear and not facts. These actions don't make us safer. They drive people into the shadows, they separate families, and they spread fear, not justice. As an immigrant Muslim woman who is a naturalized citizen and is now an elected official in North Carolina, I will not be silent while ICE targets our neighbors, our families, and our courts. I'm calling for Muhammad's immediate release. I'm calling for an end to ICE targeting our most vulnerable communities, and I'm standing with every person who has the right to live without fear. Our communities belong here. We are not going anywhere, and we will not stop fighting. I'm going to pass it on to City Council Member Javiera Caballero.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Javiera Caballero, J-A-V as in Victor, I-E-R-A, C-A-B as in boy, A-L-L-E-R-O. Thank you so much for being here. I really want to just commend everything that my colleague on the Durham County Board of Commissioners, Nida Alam, said. And I also just want to thank Durham residents who stepped up this morning. Within half an hour, we had 20 to 30 Durham residents here ready to respond to their neighbors' most urgent needs. And I've said that from the beginning. I've been on City Council since 2018. I was in Trump 1, I'm here in Trump 2. I'm not going anywhere as a naturalized citizen, and Durham residents aren't going anywhere, and we know we're going to stand up and fight back, because that's what Durham does. We believe that everyone deserves to be here. We know that this is a welcoming city. We have always been a welcoming city, and whatever policies are happening at the federal level, we don't care. We know that you belong in Durham. We love you. To our immigrant and refugee communities, we know you're scared. You have a right to be scared, but Durham residents will always stand up and defend you. And so this is a call out to others in our community. If you're interested in standing up, we're going to hear soon from somebody from Siembra to share more information about how you can participate. Again, I want to just say thank you so much to our Durham residents who showed up at the courthouse to make sure that Durham residents can come to the courthouse and come to their court hearings. Lots of business gets done in this courthouse. There's lots of family law cases that happen. There's a lot of really important work that Durham residents need to be able to do in the courthouse and not feel threatened and not feel unsafe. Thank you. Next, I'd like to invite Natalie Beyer from the Board of Education.
Thank you so much. My name is Natalie Beyer. I'm a member of the Durham School Board. It's N-A-T-A-L-I-E-B-E-Y-E-R, Natalie Beyer. Thank you for having us here today. Our year-round school started this week. It is a time of celebration in Durham for children to start back to school. But to have the same week that school started, there to be ICE agents in the Durham courthouse causes fear for no reason. Our immigrants are welcome and guaranteed an education in North Carolina, guaranteed that by the Constitution of the United States. And we need our students, our families, our immigrants and refugees to know that they are welcomed, loved, and supported in Durham, in North Carolina, and across the United States of America. We look forward to getting ICE out of Durham. We look forward to a time where people can seek a legal path to citizenship. And we look forward to Durham standing up to the immigrants and refugee families and students and children in our communities. We will not back down.
Hi, my name is Earl Bradley. I'm with USSW, Union of Civil Service Workers. I'm out here standing in solidarity because this is crazy. It's like all our immigrant brothers and sisters are scared. We all is one. I stand in solidarity with them and to let ICE know, like, why are y'all doing this? Like, they have lives too, and they're more welcome in our communities.
Thank you, Earl. Again, my name is Andrew Willis Garces, Senior Strategist with Siembra NC. And since the beginning of this year, nearly 2,000 people have come to trainings for our ICE Watch program across 12 counties in North Carolina. There have been detentions at courthouses in Wake, in Durham, in Mecklenburg, in Guilford. And so increasingly our volunteers, when we get calls about ICE agents, they're being directed to courthouses. And so Court Watch is becoming more and more a part of what we do. And in recent weeks, pastors, many different congregations, people who are teachers and students at schools have all reached out to host more and more of these trainings to make sure that it's possible to show up and support the rights of people across North Carolina, especially when they come to places where they're looking for justice. And this morning, ICE came. From what we know, ICE came to someone's to try to detain someone before they could have a first appearance at court. This is someone a first appearance at court, not someone with a conviction. And so obviously, ICE does not care about the rule of law, about due process, about public safety, which is cultivated at the local level. And so it's heartening, of course, to see elected officials, not just in Durham, across the state, stand up and say we are going to make sure that the public spaces continue to be safe spaces for all people. Just a couple months ago, Carrboro became the first city in the state to declare itself a Fourth Amendment workplace, meaning the town of Carrboro has started to train all of their employees in how to defend the Fourth Amendment rights of everyone who comes into any public space or even at public events. And we hope that their example will inspire others across the state, at the county level, at the municipal level, to take similar steps. And whenever we get information about, or we look at the patterns of ICE detentions and try to anticipate where they're going to be. We want to make sure people's rights are defended wherever they are. We do proactively often actually send volunteers. And so because we have some information that they might come back tomorrow morning, we will also have volunteers posted here at the Justice Center to make sure that people can have their rights respected. We encourage anyone who wants to make sure that the same can happen to reach out to their local elected officials, to host trainings where they are. You can reach out to siembranc.org/volunteer if you'd like to get involved. And now, if there are questions for any of our speakers, I'm sure they'd be happy to answer.
I have a question for anyone who wants to take it. We have information the person ICE was looking for was accused of domestic violence assault, that they had been deported in the past for a felony. How do you respond to that?
We don't have the ability to respond in terms of, like, we haven't talked to the family about whether they would like to share information that might counter what ICE is saying. But what we do know is that ICE has done dozens of occasions this year. This has been documented by mainstream journalists across the country, made up stories about people that they were looking for that they could then not substantiate with the facts or with court records. So I highly encourage everyone reading ICE's press releases to take them with a very small grain of salt.
The name we have, we did see that the person missed their court hearing today was for domestic violence assault. I mean, how do you respond knowing that the person we believe this is accused of that crime?
Everyone deserves to get justice here at the court. Everyone. That's what state municipal laws all say. That's what should happen.
Excuse me. So I'm not sure who was it, but you all said that there were 4 ICE agents, but we were told that it was just 1. Can you clarify or share more detail about that?
Yes. When folks were alerted initially that there were ICE agents, folks came down to do court watching monitoring that exists and is from freedom of assembly. Folks identified that there were 4 individuals who were in plain clothes who are working together as ICE agents, as well as it was confirmed after talking to some of the deputies. There was an individual here before I got here who had confirmed it with the court staff.
Question for the city county officials. Any word from Sheriff Burkhead from the sheriff's office in response to this?
I've spoken with Sheriff Burkhead, and he informed me that he was notified of ICE's presence when they arrived at the court and identified themselves to his deputies as ICE agents, but they don't have to provide him any information beyond that when they come into the courts.
And a follow-up question for people who can speak to it. Do activists, do community members know if individuals have been afraid to show up to court dates because of this, either in Durham or Guilford or in the Triangle elsewhere? Can we hear about that, please?
Yeah, absolutely. We've gotten tons of calls to our hotline this year, just people asking, I have a court date, I have a probation appointment, I want to follow through, I want to do the right thing. Do we know if ICE is going to be there? And oftentimes, if we can't say definitively, yes, no, this is what we know, they will tell us on the phone, well, I'm not going. So we think absolutely this behavior, this pattern is undermining public safety, undermining justice across the state.
If I may add, even when we were here earlier and after the ICE agents had left, there were families who were coming in. There was actually a young couple that was coming in to get their court marriage done. And when they heard what was happening, they no longer felt safe even coming in to do their court marriage. And they were asking some of the observers, like, should we come back another day? And they ended up leaving to plan to come back and do their court marriage another day. So it's like a happy occasion like this, not just cases of people coming in for court appearances.
I have a question. Durham is obviously a very progressive area, a very welcoming community. How do you all sift through reports? You scroll through Reddit and everyone's saying, oh, ICE is here, ICE is there. How do you all sift through reports to help the public know what's actually happening? And
Sure.
Yeah.
We have clear criteria for confirming that ICE agents were present. We're not going to share all of those criteria here, but we do really check out all the reports that come in. Over 90% of the reports that come in, we are unable to confirm as confirmed ICE agents. So you hear from us when it's confirmed, it was confirmed today.
And what would you say for people who hear those things and are generally concerned, what's a good way for them to keep track?
Sure. So Siembra NC has social media pages where we post when there are confirmed ICE sightings, especially in the Triangle, Triad. And we also do community Know Your Rights trainings across the state, and there are Spanish language text messages that get sent out to people who subscribe to our alerts in Spanish. So we do alert people when ICE has been confirmed.